Hello children, welcome back to Learning Online with Ronita. So today we are back with your workbook, which is the Living English workbook, alright, and we would be doing chapter number 2, which is Clever Birbal today, alright. So let's start. Alright, now we would be reading the comprehension passage given to us first, alright. Let's start reading that. Read this passage. We can see a picture out here and we are going to read the passage given to us. Alright, so before we start, I would try to quickly ask you who was Birbal. I know most of you, or every one of you maybe, all those who would be seeing the video would be knowing who is Birbal. Birbal was a courtier in the court of Akbar. Correct, yeah. I still have this practice, I still have this habit that I wait for your answers, but I know it's not possible, but still I keep waiting for your answers. Very stupid of me. Anyway, so that is how it is. So now we have already learnt about Birbal in one of the chapters. From this book itself, from the main book, Living English main book, we have read about this chapter, Clever Birbal, and now we are going to do one similar passage to it in this workbook. Alright, let's start then. Now, once a king and his minister were riding through a forest. The minister's name was Chatura. So, once upon a time, there was a king. He and his ministers were, both of them were riding through a forest. The minister's name was Chatura. He was wise and intelligent. So, he was very intelligent, alright. They hadn't gone very far when they saw a man under a tree. Now, while they were riding, they hadn't gone very far away, but on their way, they met a man. They met a man who was standing under a tree. Alright, Chatura, do you see that man there? Asked the king. Yes, Maharaj, replied Chatura. What do you think his name is, and what does he do for a living? Okay, so he's asking that, do you see that man? He said, yes, I see him. Then he's telling, do you know his name? What do you think his name could be? And what kind of job does he do? You have any idea? So now, Chatura is replying. Okay, he's saying, Maharaj, his name is Chatura, the same as mine. And he is a carpenter. Chatura said promptly. So promptly means immediately. So immediately he told that, very quickly he told that, Maharaj, the name of this man is Chatura, and which is the same as mine. And then he told that his name is Chatura and he is a carpenter. Alright, you know what is a carpenter, right? Yeah, definitely a person who makes furniture. So you know that. Alright, now the king eyed his minister knowingly. Knowingly means as if he knew everything. Okay, he knew that something would be in need, like the man would be needing something like this. He knew something. So he eyed his minister knowingly and said, give him some money. Perhaps he is hungry and wants some food. So now the king is telling the minister that please give him some money because he might be needing some food. He might be standing there because of hunger. Okay, he might be hungry and he wants some food. Then Chatura is saying, there's no real need, Maharaj. He's not hungry. So he's very confidently saying that there's no such need. He is not needing any such help. He's just standing there and he's not hungry. I think he has just eaten some sweets, replied Chatura. So Chatura said that he's not hungry, I think, and he's just eaten some sweets. Now, king is saying, you seem to know many facts about the stranger. Let's ask the man and see if you're right. The king said, riding towards the man. So now what happened? Now the king is saying that it seems as if you know a lot of things about this stranger. Okay, let me ask the man and let's see if you're right. And while saying this, he kept on riding towards the man. The king asked the man, are you a carpenter named Chatura and have you eaten some sweets? Then the man is saying, yes, my lord. I am indeed a carpenter named Chatura and have just eaten some sweets packed by my wife. Now he is saying that, yes, my lord. I'm a carpenter indeed, and truly I'm a carpenter and my name is Chatura. And yes, I have just eaten some sweets which was packed by my wife. The king was surprised. Definitely, he would be surprised. Even we are surprised. How did this man, Chatura, how did he know? How did the minister know that this man was a carpenter? His name was Chatura and he had just eaten some sweets. So, on reaching his palace, you know what is a palace? Yes, a place where the king and queens live. So, on reaching his palace, he told the whole court how Chatura knew all about a stranger in a forest. So now he was very surprised, and so he went on to his palace and he told this to every person and told them that Chatura knew everything about a stranger in the forest. Chatura smiled and said, Maharaj, I said what my eyes saw. I knew that man's name because when you called me, he turned around. Yes, so this is the utilization, or this is how you use your brains. This is how you use your intelligence. You know, Chatura was always careful. Alright, he always kept his eyes open. And he said that, I just told you whatever my eyes saw. Alright, I knew that the man's name was Chatura because when you called me. So there was a time when Chatura, he called. See here, I'll show you the part. See here. See. See, the king is asking, Chatura, do you see that man? So he did tell his name. He did pronounce his name. So here the same thing Chatura is saying that because when you called me, he turned around. So when the king called Chatura, this man also turned around as if to see who is calling him. So definitely that means it is his name, isn't it? If someone calls Ronita, in a place which is empty and no other person is there, definitely I would look around. I would turn around to see whether they are calling my name or not. So that is how it is. Alright. Now, I knew he was a carpenter because he was looking at trees and checking the wood. Alright. So now, he's saying that he knew that the man was a carpenter. How? Because the man was looking at the trees and he was checking the wood. And what would he do with the wood? He would be making furnitures with it. Alright. And I knew he had eaten some sweets because there were flies buzzing around his mouth. Yes, whenever you eat sweets and you are on a field, you're out on a field, the flies come and buzz around your mouth. So definitely it's because of the sweet smell that is coming out from your mouth just because you have just eaten a sweet. So that is how he used his intelligence and he got all the answers correct. He got all the facts about the stranger correct. Clear? So nice story, isn't it? What do we get to learn from here, children? We get to learn here two things. First of all, that we should keep our eyes open always. See this line, Maharaj, I said what my eyes saw. So you should always be open. You should always see what is happening around you to understand about the people around you. Whenever you are outside and all strangers are there around you, you won't be facing any difficulty if you are having your eyes open. Alright. And the next thing, what do we learn from here? We learn that we need to use our intelligence every single time. Alright, children. So we would be starting with the exercises given out here. So let's start. First of all, complete the sentence. The king and his minister were riding. See here in this line. Were riding through a forest. So let's write down were riding through a forest. Okay, riding through a forest. Scene. Now the next one. Chatura was wise and intelligent. Alright, done. Chatura said that the man's name was same as his. The king said that the man was perhaps hungry. Clear? Children, Is this part clear to you? This is forest, alright? This is clear then? Now, can we move to question and answers? Of course we can. Let's start. Okay, now, first question. How did Chatura guess the man's name? How did he guess? See, I'll write from because the other part I don't have space. Okay, because when the king called Chatura, the man also turned around. Let's write down. Because when the king called Chatura, the minister, the man also turned around. Clear? Is it clear? Now the next one. How did Chatura know that he was a carpenter? So let's write down. Chatura knew that he was a carpenter as he was checking the wood. Checking the wood. Full stop. Next part. How did he know that the man had eaten sweets? I'm writing because again. Okay. I'm not writing the whole part. If you want, if you can write small, you can write it in your book. So because there were flies buzzing around his mouth. Clear? So this part is clear, children. Have you understood this part? Alright, then let's move on to the next exercise. Next page. Complete these expressions with correct words from the brackets. As clever as a fox. Write down. Okay. Now, as timid as a duck, snake or mouse. Who is timid? Among these, who is timid? Timid means someone who's scared, afraid. Can be mouse. Mouse is small. Mouse is timid. Yes. As brave as a lion. As busy as a bee. Busy bee. Okay. Swift as a hare. Okay. They move on. They run very swiftly. As slippery as an eel. Eel is slippery. Eel fish. It is a fish and it is very slippery to catch. Okay. Match the columns to form compound words. Rain, fall. Compound words means, let me explain what is a compound word first. Basically, when you join two separate words to make a complete and compact word, that is compound words. Okay. So rain and fall becomes rainfall. Sky and which one shall we choose? So it's very easy. Skylark, it's the name of a bird. So yeah. Then thunder. It's very easy again. Thunderstorm. Next is book. Book would be bookshelf. Sunlight. Weekend. Isn't it easy? It is very easy. Okay, now spell well. Fill in the blanks with TCH or CH to complete the words. We sat on a patch, TCH, patch of grass, and ate our lunch. Then we watched our teachers play a cricket match. We cheered for our class teacher when she hit a 6. when she was fielding, she missed a catch. Easy, isn't it? Now the next one. Okay, the next part. However, later she chased the ball and saved 3 runs. Our chemistry teacher made a half century and took 3 wickets. We have a children's cricket match tomorrow. Alright, now grammar. Add apostrophes. You know what is an apostrophe? Yeah, I'll show you what is it to the words when needed. Okay, the children's, see, children's. Okay, children is already the plural. Now children's. Okay, so that is how it is. Okay, children's party was in the garden. There were flowers in the pots. Okay, the sun rays fell on the flowers and lit them up. Mina's, okay, Mina and her, like it belongs to her. So Mina's class had prepared a game for the party. They enjoyed it. Mina's dress got dirty during the party. Though Mina had many dresses, this one was her favorite. Mina's mother said, Mina's. Okay, whose mother? Mina's. So that is why Mina apostrophe S. Mother said that they would wash it after the party. Clear? Now, the next one. So apostrophe is where do you put? You put whenever you are trying to show belonging. When you are trying to show that this particular thing belongs to them. Alright. Now, it is basically a part of possessions. Okay. Now, rewrite these sentences by replacing the underlined words with possessive nouns. Very interesting. Let's try. So the first one is already done for us. Chatura knew the name of the man. Chatura knew the man's name. So the bag of Rita was lying under the chair. It would be Rita's bag. Rita's bag was lying near the chair. The singing lesson of Clara. So it would be Clara's. I hope you can understand this part, children. Clara's singing lesson is at 3 p.m. The birthday of Shalini, it would be Shalini's birthday. Shalini's birthday is on 9 Feb. I'm just writing Feb, don't have space. Fur of the puppy, so it would be puppy's fur is soft and fluffy. Clear, children? I hope this part is clear to you. If it is, we'll move to number 6. Okay, so number 6, the picture of Mary Kom. So it would be Mary Kom's picture. I am not writing the whole sentence now because it won't fit in out here. You try to fit in out here. The spectacles of Grandpa, it would be Grandpa's spectacles. So children, what I'm saying is that it won't fit in. That's why I've never written the answers. So this is very easy. Alright, this is literally very easy because it shows the possession. Grandpa's spectacles means the spectacle belongs to Grandpa. So apostrophe is used in such cases only. Now here, children, here there's a picture out here and you need to write a story based on this. Well, I'm going to teach you this separately. Okay, or shall I do it now? Okay, you can do one thing. You can try this at home for now because all the hints are given out here. Okay, the pictures are given, the hints are given. Try to make a story on your own and try to send it to me, by the comment section or anything. Try to send it to me through email also. You can send it to me and then I'll make a separate video on this again. Yes, I know this part is also left. This video is also left. This video I'm supposed to give you. I'll give it to you after I complete the next chapter, which would be done tomorrow. This one I would be doing tomorrow, and then I would be doing or making a separate video on such things, on compositions like this. This is a picture composition. The previous one was an unseen composition. So I'll be making a separate videos on that. Alright. But till then, that's it for today. Till then, take care. We will be meeting again tomorrow with the next chapter. Alright. Bye bye. Take care. Lots of love.